A lot of trying to figure out things, and teachers are working. That's what I see a lot.
Absolutely.
Is that is that the model that they're kind of going with here?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that what they push?
Definitely moving towards that. But again, it's up to each school to decide how they want to do things. And schools still work in that shared, flexible way, even when they're in single cells. So definitely our teachers and our teaching teams definitely do work collaboratively. Absolutely, there's no way that I can't think of any school where you just work on your own and be on your own. And that collaboration is wonderful, because from there you grow what's happening in your school. You get that authentic curriculum happening from your school. It's quite exciting.
How about the? I heard there's a teacher crisis. Do you see that?
Yes. Yeah. Normally, I would have a relieving list. And I just go through them, bring them up. For the first time ever, this year and last year, I now am ringing up a service, educational personnel, and so I ring up an order,
Really?
a reliever. But I've had several times this year when they've had to ring back and say we haven't got anyone.
Okay, so why do you think people aren't going into education? What are the top 3 reasons?
I don't know.
Is it money? Does it not pay that well?
No, I don't know. I think we're just short of teachers, and they're just moving on, moving out. If people are leaving for maternity reasons,
right,
then perhaps only want part-time work.
But it sounds like people aren't going into the profession.
I think they probably haven't had enough going through to keep up with the numbers.
Do you think does it have a negative stigma attached to it? Like people just say, I don't want to be a teacher, they have to do too much work, they don't get paid enough. Like in Finland, it's completely different. It's a really high status job. Is it looked at as a high status job here?
Used to be.
Yeah.
I think more and more. I think our parents and our parent community still think of it like that, but
maybe not the kids coming up.
And I think the teachers do, and I think they're fine. But I think, but new teachers coming into the profession and teachers who are existing, things have changed. I started off as a teacher. I trained at 18. I was teaching by 21. So I've had a few years in the profession. So
is it hard to get into a teaching college at the university?
No, and they've completely changed the model. So I was really lucky. I went through a model where you had to do 3 years training, and it was at a teachers' college specifically for teachers.
Okay.
And it was the most amazing, valuable experience, because the first year was mainly about pedagogy, doing a lot of observations, interviews with one-to-one.
And you were doing the observations from year 1?
In classrooms, yeah.
Year 1?
No.
At year 1 you were actually going into classrooms?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. And a lot of PD and a lot of pedagogical background. Year 2 was mainly working in classrooms and of course at the college, and you worked with groups. The year 3, right from day 1, you were the one that started off the whole brand new class. You worked a complete solid 6 weeks.
Okay.
And then you kept that relationship and going in and out of that classroom right throughout the whole year.
Okay. What about now? How is it?
Oh, now I think it's terrible. The universities have all taken over. There are different universities offering different curriculum and different ways of teaching graduates. They only have that 1 year. So in one year...
The last year is when they get their...
It's the 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah, so their previous 3 years of their degree could have been something totally unrelated to education.
Could be psychology.
Yeah.
And then they go and get their teaching credential.
Yeah. And then in that 1 year, they're expected to know the whole curriculum, behaviour management, how to take groups, how to actually take the class, how to set a class up. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But sometimes, you'll be lucky and you get people who've got an innate ability to be darn good teachers.
Right.
They've perhaps got parents who are teachers, they've got an idea, but yeah, it's not good.
Okay, a couple more questions and I'll be done.
That's all right.
Student teacher, so when somebody wants to learn, in that year,
Right.
Does the university call you up, or do they just contact like a teacher and then they say I'm gonna?
Yeah.
Does the teacher like file with the university? Yes, I'm interested in mentoring. How's that system
Yeah,
work?
there are two different ways. In New Zealand, we still have a few schools that are called normal schools. So I've taught at a normal school, and normal is the Scottish term for a school which has contracted with the local university or teachers' college to take trainees. They used to be used a huge amount. We'd have 50 students coming through a day, but they're not used as much. So there are some schools that are attached to teacher training and used for specific purposes. The way that most of them do at the moment is that at Waikato University, we've got a trainee coming in term 4. So they just contacted us and said, do you have any teachers, what particular year level, who would be interested in having a graduate? Some universities do have 3-year courses. So for example, down in Christchurch, they've got the best model down there. Their model down there is so accountable. You know that if you have an interview for a first year teacher and they've gone through Christchurch, you grab them.
Really? Because you know it's a good, they've been trained
Absolutely,
very
they're
well.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. And such tight accountability and absolutely on every week, on their case. And you know that you're going to get a quality graduate.
Could you get a teaching credential online here?
I don't think so.
Okay, because you can in the U.S.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
No, we have the occasional ones, who do it online, etc. But part of the requirements of that practicum is that they do actually have to go into classrooms. So they can't just totally do it from home. Yeah.
I got it. All right. Last question. Do you think the system is better now since when you started?
Personally, no. I think it was better before.
Better before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was really thorough. It was rigorous.
Did they put more money into it when you were coming out or not?
When I went there, you got paid to be at Teachers College, and I think we had $18 a week we got paid, and when I left it was $44 a week. But the great thing about that was because you did 3 years training, you were bonded for 3 years. So that meant that you were guaranteed a job in New Zealand in a New Zealand school for 3 years. And it was brilliant because all the money that the ministry had invested in those people, they at least got 3 years back out of it. And then because people got that teaching and they got that support straight away,
Right.
most of them stayed rather than just vanishing off overseas.
Are they losing many teachers overseas?
I think they are.
Yeah. Because they pay better, or they just want to travel, or what?
I think it could be a mix of any of that.
Uh-huh.
The ministry might have that.
And what countries are they going to? Maybe Australia?
I don't know. I don't know. There was a real drive from Australian schools probably about 10, 12 years ago, where they were really trying to encourage New Zealand teachers to go over there.
They had reciprocity where they could just go from here to there and without a problem, pretty much?
I think you've still got to go through the interview process,
Oh, you do?
etc. Your
Right.
CVs and things like
Right,
that.
right.
But they were definitely looking for senior leadership and a lot of principals.
Wow.
I know New South Wales was definitely.
Up on the bank and roll
Sure.
around in the mud.
Is this
Big
PE or is this their 1 hour break?
This is their 1 hour break, so that's the people to bring them in.
So they get 1 hour for lunch.
Yeah.
Is that lunch type of deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got a huge, great big field up there as well. So we'll kind of climb up the steps. And
So 1 hour is a long break, but I mean it's good because the
10
kids.
minutes is some schools do different things.
How many classrooms do you have here?
So we've got the 4.
4.
The boys are having a fight.
Imagine too that the cost of homes was keep people. I mean, they
Yeah,
can't really
very
afford them.
big.
The people having kids can't afford homes, huh?
Yeah. So this is a big field area there.
That's nice.
That's the local
could build a whole school here.
You could.
Now,
On the side there we've got a heated covered pool, which has an amazing roof that comes and retracts, and we have swimming lessons there.
really? You got a pool here?
Yep.
Darn, man. For 100 kids, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this block here, and that block there will be the RTLB,
Uh-huh.
and the rest of it will be the school.
Uh-huh.
That's our whole end.
When do you have your pool open?
Usually terms 1 and 4, sometimes 2.
Uh-huh.
It's closed at the moment for repainting
Uh-huh.
it and patching it up. I'll
Right.
take you around there.
And so the kids learn how to swim.
Yeah, we have paid we have a business proposition with Easy Swim, so they pay us quite a few.
They bring in
Dollars.
people to teach the kids.
So at other schools in the area and private lessons are taken, so we get a rent from it.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, they rent it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they run it, but I mean we can use it any time we want to,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, so we get money out of it, which
Uh-huh.
is good. That helps to pay for the heat pumps.
Sure.
And things. And then we got a grant, and we put solar heating it on the other side of the
Uh-huh.
building, so that keeps the electricity costs down.
Right.
And we have just got a big grant. Coming through about 80 odd grand to upgrade all the this area.
So you and your deputy have to write these grants, pretty much? No.
So that's where I get the board and home and school. Not certain people there,
The board writes them.
certain people within them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they don't get paid.
No, $50 a meeting.
Yeah, which is nothing.
No.
So the board has to be pretty dedicated then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a lot of work for the board members?
It depends on what's happening.
Right.
Pre having a big era, yes, there is.
Yeah.
Hey, got some easels here.
So this is all being renovated here, right?
Yeah, right down.
And these are gonna be the classrooms.
That's going to be a library.
Okay.
That'll stay as the PE shed. I'll take this off. But the classrooms, will run right down.
Is that Newlands College down there?
Right, so you've got the intermediate and the college. So you've got the college there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I was there the other day.
Yeah, connected to them as the
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, so our pool is all there. So
Oh, and that's your pool there, huh?
yeah, so we just got around here.
Darn, This school was it at its peak at what population? Like how long ago? Did it ever have 200?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had about 260,
Wow.
and that would have been about 15 or so years ago.
Okay.
So that's the new spaces.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 rooms that interconnect and can shut.
Yeah, and they still have
And then
that.
we've got 2.
So that's kind of the trend where they put these
Yeah.
connecting.
Yeah, so you can either have single
Oh, yeah.
cells or join.
That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that anywhere else.
Yeah,
I mean,
we didn't want just big another classroom.
So that we can get ourselves ready to go up to the kindy. I know you're all ready.
this is just one class, right?
Yeah, year 5, 6.
Year 5, 6. So they teach 5 and 6 together. Is that's a little bit more difficult for her, right, to do?
Really, because curriculum level 3 is for year 5s and 6 is a 2-year curriculum.
Oh, it is.
So it's a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
And it's the same with 3, 4, that's level 2,
Really?
and year 0 to 2, level 1.
So then she just gives, like,
Well, she'll give the same goals, except that she'll have different levels within it.
okay, I got you.
Yeah. This is Jets.
Ah. Hello, hello.
Jess.
We sound the same.
How's it going? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Just checking things out here.
Sure. They're just working quietly on their basic
Yeah.
facts before our maths lesson.
Nice. Who made these?
Oh, that was Heather's class. That was part of their reading.
Wow.
They decided they wanted the whale to be that colour.
Yeah. Wow. So what grade is this here?
This is year 1 or year 2.
Year 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our school, I mean, 100 students, we've got 15 different nationalities
Really?
represented.
Wow.
Korea, Japan,
Wow.
Philippines.
No joke. And then I think each classroom has one person to help out, teacher.
Depends on different schools, on the funding, how many ELO.
How about your school?
I have one based in here, one based here, and then one with a high health needs.
Wow. Hello.
Carol, this is Kate.
How you doing?
We're just getting into some handwriting.
All right.
One name.
Sarah's away today.
What is it?
Year 0 to 1, so the son who just
Kindergarten? Would it be kindergarten? No, it's first grade. Okay.
Yeah.
Learn to write. So they got a reliever here.
Yes,
Reliever is a
reliever
substitute teacher.
Yes.
But relievers are fully credentialed teachers, right? Yeah. Wow. So is something like him, is he probably a retired
Guys,
teacher?
hands on ears,
Yes.
please.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. See lots of quiet people. Well done. Some up the back there has to be quiet. Now, year 4s. TJ. Where's TJ? There you are, TJ. Do you want to say something to us?
Oh, we've got an American visitor here.
Oh, fantastic.
6, 7.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you. Which part of America?
From San Diego, California.
I have been there.
Oh yeah.
Good place.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty too here.
Oh, we're a lovely country.
Oh, I like it.
We've got a lovely Prime Minister.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we
I'm
don't.
not saying anything else.
We don't have a lovely president.
Well, I can now say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
The funny thing is they all know who the American president is in New Zealand.
Oh yeah. The clown.